Hello, welcome to this video. My name is Miriam and usually I'm sitting in front of my bookshelves, but today I'm sitting in my office. It's Friday the 2nd of April. I was actually planning on doing a readathon tomorrow, but during the past week I sort of changed my mind about that. It's not that I'm not going to read, but I'm going to have a C.S. Lewis day. So in this book, The Reading Life, I read about his routine, or his preferred routine, how he would like to spend his day, and with that information I drew a schedule for tomorrow, my C.S. Lewis day, and I'm really excited about this. And I am going to film this, so that's what this video is about. I'm introducing the subject of what I'm going to do. I really can't wait for this, I'm so excited. You will probably see a bit more of my office tomorrow, and you can see me doing some writing, but also reading. I picked out a few books to read, and I thought it would be great to pick books that were in the C.S. Lewis theme. So I'm going to show you them quickly. You will probably see them in the video as well, but I will explain why I picked them for this C.S. Lewis day. The first book is On Stories, a book with collected essays by C.S. Lewis. I mean, that is very obvious that I'm going to read this book. I'm probably not going to read it entirely because it is a non-fiction, and I have this rule where I read one chapter a day, maybe a bit more. So I don't know how far I'll come in this book, but I will at least read some chapters of this book. The other book I plan to read is Zomergasten in de Duiventil. This is a Dutch original book. C.S. Lewis was a fan of rereading your favorite books, so I'm going to reread this book that can be counted as one of my favorites when I was a teenager. So I'm really excited about this one. Third book I picked for the C.S. Lewis readathon is Demon. This is the Dutch version. It's a book by Tosca Lee, and it always reminds me of the book The Screwtape Letters, which is a book by C.S. Lewis, so I thought that would fit perfectly for this day. I will also do writing and walking and some other stuff. Once again, I'm really excited about this, and I hope you all like this video about my day like C.S. Lewis. Actually, the extract I was referring to from The Reading Life is taken from Surprised by Joy by C.S. Lewis, and he says that I would choose always to have breakfast at exactly 8 and to be at my desk by 9, there to read or write till 1. Obviously, I do not have a housekeeper who can make me breakfast, so I had to make breakfast myself, and I decided it would be very fitting to have a full English breakfast. Well, we didn't have any sausages and I can't have toast, so I had some other things instead of that, but we also did not have like a bacon, like slices of bacon, but we had like these tiny cubes, and I baked them, and I baked some tomato, and we didn't have baked beans, so it wasn't a full English breakfast, but at least I tried, okay? Hello. I just had breakfast and now I'm going for a walk. It did not say in the book that C.S. Lewis did this, but I really need to do this because otherwise my back is going to hurt when I sit down for about 4 hours to do some work, because that's next on my schedule, do some work from 9 to 1. It is 8:30, so I think I eat a lot faster than C.S. Lewis because he would take an hour for breakfast, and usually breakfast takes me 15 minutes. Fortunately, I do not have a housekeeper to tidy up the mess I made during breakfast, so I will do that when I return, and then I will be back with you and explain to you what I'm going to do for work today. Well, as you can see, I'm back from my walk, so until 1 o'clock I will be writing, because reading behind the desk is not my favorite thing to do. But however, before I start writing, I will read one essay from this book, the first one, On Stories, because I want to be able to feel the joy for stories again. And as a sort of reminder why I write stories, because I will do writing today. It is a Saturday, so I can spend that day however I like, and usually I do not write on Saturday, but to be honest, the past couple of weeks, maybe even months, I did not write a lot on other days where I should have been writing as well, so it won't hurt to write, I think. The writing projects I'm going to work on are, in the first place, edit a manuscript. That's going to be a book in, I think, in autumn, so October, November, September. Somewhere around that time my 8th book will come out, and I still need to do a lot of editing. And editing is like a task that the longer you wait for it, the harder it will become. I've read all the comments of my editor, so I know the things I need to change, but for some reason, well, also because I was really tired, I did not get to it. But I have this deal with myself that I have to do 5 chapters on every day I do not work for the organization I work part-time for. So on my days off or writing days, I will have to do at least 5 chapters. So today I will do 5 chapters, maybe more if I feel like it. I will work on I had some other projects. I will write a blog post, I will do some other writing related things, and I'll be back with you with an update on how it went. So yeah, see you later. Hello! I just finished editing the first 5 chapters of my new book, and it's 11:15. I totally forgot the time because I was working and it took longer than I thought it would, but I'm really happy that I'm now well on my way to editing this book. Getting started is the hardest part of editing. Once you're at it, it is alright. So now I will write a blog post, and if there's still time before lunch, that's at 1 o'clock, then I will get some more editing done. I really like this day so far. I'm really happy about this routine. I think I might use it more often. I think this is a very good mix between reading and writing. I'm really glad I'm trying this out because so far it works really well for me. So hi, I just put my computer in sleeping mode because it is 1 p.m. and that means it's lunchtime. After lunch I will go on a walk and listen to an audiobook. This was definitely not something C.S. Lewis did. He actually enjoyed being out in nature and listen to the sounds of nature. But yeah, I do that a lot on my other walks, and I really want to listen to the audiobook now. And when I'm having lunch, I will be reading from this book. I read quite a lot this morning. I did not film that because that was not really part of the C.S. Lewis routine, but I woke up a bit earlier than I expected. So I read a lot. I should probably, yeah, I'm like almost halfway through this book. It's a reread, and it, like I think I said it yesterday, it reminds me of the Screwtape Letters, and that's why I picked it for this day. I was going to say I got a lot of work done, but that might give you a wrong impression. But to me, almost every writing work I get done now, it feels like a lot of work because everything costs so much energy. But I'm really glad I got into the editing and I wrote a blog post and I wrote some other things, and I'm really happy to be back in the habit of writing, and I also hope that it helps with getting more energy, because I think I told you in my weekly wrap-up video that they think it might be post-COVID, so that means that I just have to yeah, just learn to live with it, and hopefully it will get better. So hopefully these routines will help me getting back on track, back in shape. Well, I got some plans for this afternoon. Lewis took a bit more rest, and I think that's actually a great idea, that you work for some time and then take some rest, and after that, at the end of the afternoon, you might be able to do some more work because you got a lot of rest. So I will be back to you after lunch and after my walk with what I'm going to do next. In this book, it's not really described what C.S. Lewis's afternoon looked like. It is said that after lunch, so at 2 o'clock, he would go for a walk and have tea by 4:15. A walk that takes more than 2 hours is a bit much for me, and my lunch took a lot shorter than C.S. Lewis's lunches do. So I went for a walk after lunch, and it's 2:15. But somewhere else I read that C.S. Lewis dedicated at least one afternoon of his week to replying to letters he got. Well, I did not receive any letters lately. I actually do write letters to a friend, but at the moment it's her turn to write me a letter. So I'm going to write a letter to a friend in England. She celebrates her birthday next week. And instead of just sending her a birthday card, I thought it would be nice to send her a letter as well. There are actually quite a few things I'd like to tell her in this letter, so I hope she will enjoy it. It's not that she has to write a letter back or anything, but just the enjoyment of writing letters. Currently I'm the owner of 3 fountain pens, and I absolutely love writing with them. So that's also the purpose of writing letters, being able to use these fountain pens. After that, I am going to reply to all the electronic mail I got lately. I'm a bit behind on that. I think there are emails that were written to me 2 weeks or more ago, and I still have to reply to them. It's not a lot. And therefore I'm going to reply to comments on either my blog or YouTube. So that's sort of in the spirit of C.S. Lewis, having contact with people that write to you. And after that I will do some more reading. Usually C.S. Lewis spent his tea time, so 4:15 till 5, reading, and I will read until 5, but I will probably go on a walk somewhere around 4 as well. And from 5 to 7, C.S. Lewis used to work again. Well, we usually have dinner quite early. I will just work a bit longer, like if you have dinner at like 6 till 6:30, I will work until 7:30 instead of 7 o'clock. So, ta-da! It is, I think you can see it. It is 20 minutes past 5. I just finished reading Demon by Tosca Lee, and I was going to edit my weekly wrap-up video because between 5 and 7, C.S. Lewis usually goes back to work, but I have decided I'm going to have a shower first. so my hair can dry a bit in the evening, because I go to bed quite early and I do not like to go to bed with wet hair. So I will take a shower, and then if there's still time before dinner, then I will edit my video. Well, the second half of the day was not really into C.S. Lewis style, or not the evening, like from 5 p.m. I sort of let go of it, partly because I was really tired. I just had dinner and now I feel a bit better, so I will do some editing until 8 p.m. and after that I will go to bed and read some more. I'm well into the second book I was going to read today. I hope to get through 2 books and maybe get a start in the 3rd book. I'll see about that. The book I'm currently reading isn't a very difficult one. I'm going to grab it. It is here. So, it's this book, a Dutch original. And yes, I could not find a bookmark. I lost my bookmark, so I put my phone in it. It's a very expensive bookmark. Never had one that cost more, I think. I've read this book so many times, and actually I used to write down the name. If I got a book as a gift, I used to write down the name of the person who gave it to me, and my own name and the date. And in front of this book it says my name. It says I got it from my brother for my 13th birthday. So that's a long time ago. I think I will get into this habit again. I think it's really fun to see, and if you reread a book, you will see on what occasion you got the book. I'm not sure whether I will finish this one today, but I think I will get very far. I'm on page 90 now, and that only took me 30 minutes because, well, it's very easy to read. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more content made by me, it's mainly about books. Do not tell you a lot about writing and everything, but this video was a bit more of a daily life video. Once again, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great day, and as always, happy reading.